Hi traders, this is Thiago and welcome to Bull Bear Futures channel. Today we are going to carry out our first YouTube transmission. Many of you guys have asked me about live trading or a live transmission to show a bit my style, my approach. So I decided to start doing this. I'll be doing once in a while. So we're doing our very first today in a special day where we just had the release of the CPI that usually brings lots of volatility to the session. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, the session just opened, and I will turn off this camera and go to my screen. Just a second. Okay. My first in our preliminary studies, I was checking this today this daily chart here. I could make this upward channel from last October, and we can see that if actually this was an uptrend line, we lost it 4 or 5 days ago. We try to recover the channel, and yesterday we have a new drop. Yesterday there was a new drop. So this could lead to this new uptrend line here. And yesterday we just touched that uptrend line. So before the CPI data release, I was really looking at this region because uh, we just not quit the upward move here, but we were also here in this line, and also, as I've been saying in our weekly newsletter, the 820 3820 was really an important region, both to go up, and it was also important to remain above it to keep the potential for new upward moves. So we have also this Fibonacci at 3789 here. So I'm really considering this region important to terms of expecting new highs. So we have this here. We have this big low, this major low trend line over there. That would be around the 4,150, 4150, 4140 here. So we need to keep above the 3790 here. Currently the 3930, the 3930 here became also again because it was previously important region before. It's been again the 3930 was not even touched this time. So this session would be important to show if it will be strong enough to overcome this and head upwards, maybe trying to reach that 4150 over there. So it's hard. It's days sessions with indicators such as this one is that are really important to to lead to market analysis and to refining projections perspectives is really important. So it's difficult to make forecasts or projections, but especially on these days, it's better to even in our every morning we make every morning we make let me try to put here this this pre-market study here. In this session, even doing this, it's hard to really expect something previous on the latest developments. I prefer, obviously, I took that into consideration, but I prefer to see the how market will make its move. If you see my videos, you probably realize that I really like the super dawn, this volume profile, this volume profile right here in super dawn. It really shows me where the interest is, and we can see where is the liquidity, where players are trying to position themselves. So it's better to wait and see what is going to happen. We could see here this huge bar in the 2 minute by the time of the release of the CPI. This was at the pre-market, but it's not unusual for us to see a huge reaction in the pre-market, and then in the main session, in the regular session, we can see a complete reversal. As day traders, as individuals, it's hard for us to. It's not our role to make predictions, forecasts, or to trade economic data, or to, in my opinion, to trade news or to make analysis, or try to find out, try to make big discoveries. We need to react. We need to react to what big players make. So let's see what's going to what's going to come. We see that we are far from the value area. This yellow box here, yellow rectangle here, is the value area. If you also, again, if you see my videos, you know that I like to trade it. It really says here it was yesterday's volume, the yesterday's interest was around here. So I really like to take it in consideration, since usually there are at least temporary supports and resistance. And you can also understand if, for example, here we are trading above the value area, so we can say that market is strong. We have a bull strength. And then let's wait the developments here. I have the continuous. In this 2 minute, I see the pre-market as well, but during the day I prefer to use this uh, RTH, the regular trading hours chart, and see this movement. And also uh, today we are far from moving average here, because we open really above it, but I like to wait this first developments to see how it will behave. Okay. What you can see here, uh, from our previous days, we know that the 3870 here is an important region. Let me confirm it. Let me confirm it. Yeah, it was an important value area a couple of days ago, or actually in the end of October. And then we had also some highs on November 8th. Yes. So uh, remaining above the 38.70 here could be a show of strength. Let's see. Here we could say here I have this is a 7 minute volumetric bars chart, and here a 2 minute one. This 7 minutes we see here that we have almost 17 points. It's a huge volatility. So it's difficult to trade this kind of move. It's risky because you can be stopped, quickly be stopped, and sometimes your rationale is right, but the time is not, or sometimes you enter the market and it's really quick, and it take one, or you enter it 2 or 3 points later, and so it's difficult to it's better to wait. But as you may see, I just mentioned the 38.70, and actually it was respected in the first try. It showed that there was a rejection. What's even a better sign of strength of the point. Ah, another important thing I didn't mention. I'm not trading. Okay, here I'm simulator. Uh, the intention, if I keep doing this, my intention here is to share educational concepts. It's to show you, since I realize that I have a peculiar, or my approach is a bit different from most you are used to. I just want to show you this concepts, to share with you these concepts, and I wouldn't like to see you trying to make your trying to trade, or it's absolutely not a signal room or signal release. So let's try to focus on our educational aspects. Okay, so reinforcing, this is the simulator, and I'm not trading. I'm just, as a sports narrator, my intention is just to narrate the the match. Okay, let's see, maybe for 40 minutes, 1 hour. Let's see the result and see, understand what you guys think about it, and then we can decide about how to proceed. Okay, here in this kind of region, you see that I see here many, you in development price, you may see many, all the ticks practically with 2 or 3 thousand contracts. Right in this middle, it's hard to do something, because if it's too much equal from price to price, and from sellers aggression to buyers aggression, it's difficult to do something, because you know that since there's a lot of interest, it can move up or can move down quickly, or can even get stuck. So I prefer to concentrate in the limits of the regions. For example, here in the 92, this region, or here in the 90 here, is an important region. So I fail to go over this region could be a more confident or more reliable entry than any other right in this middle. So this I have already stated in my in the pre-market study. We've mentioned about the relevance of this 3890 region to from 3890 to 3900. This is actually it's been important before, and today it tends to be important again. And as you may see here, it respected this 90 here. Okay, it will be crucial to overcome this region to it's a bit obvious, but it will be crucial to overcome this region to be able to new highs, and oh, the continuity of the hike. This region would be the first, and we have in 90, 39.28 was our prior high. So this 39.30 here, this tend to be a really important point, and overcoming it would be a sign of strength, and then we could see possibly this uptrend continuing and trying to reach the major downtrend channel I mentioned before. This is the weekly chart, and we have this line from January 7th to April 1st, and we see that on August 19th it touched it for the third time. So we could take this as a clue about what would happen when hitching over here. It would be hard to, we could say it would be hard to pass through here with at least a trader getting a bit stuck. This high is 41.75, so this could take this 41.50, 41.75 here as a reference should prices go over the 39.30 here, okay? But first, first before this, let's see what's going to happen. This here it's trying to overcome the ninth region. Here we had kind of exhaustion. Look at here, the seven, only seven contract there. We have an important region here. It overcame, and have an exhaustion there. However, we have lots of absorption from the buy side. So although there was an exhaustion, it was really dangerous to try to do something here because buyers were there. Buyers were there. So it seems, at least temporarily, it's been overcome, and regular session high was 899.5. So let's see how it will behave, or if it will be able to overcome here. If open there, price try to move down, reaches the 3870. As I've mentioned, now we're up almost 30 points. But as you may see, it just reached 98.25. Was not able to reach the high. So not reaching, not overcoming this high here could lead to a test to the low again, and losing the 3870 would actually be a sign of weakness, and then we could try to move downwards and test the other important points that we had, that are, let me see where I took my note. 3850, 3840, and 3840, 3825. This region of 3820, 25 became really important, and Oh, let's see here. Just quitting. You know that we had here the breakout, but it lost momentum there, and it's trying to come 3900 again. So it's hard to, it's a psychological barrier. It's hard to really break, to make a real breakout the very first time even buyers are strong. Let me see it. It turned back 10 points. We can take this as a sign, not necessarily of weakness, but at least that will be hard to push there. And back again to 3890. Let's see again. We can see this the profile here in the volume profile. This 3893 here is an important. We can see a gap here, and there's almost an empty space here. Now it's actually closing, feeling feeling this empty region. But as you may see again, aggressions aggressions trying to defend the 93. But as I said before, we had here filled, you see here the number of contracts. We do not have a clear a clear break here in the 3890 anymore. We no longer have this. So the 3890 became a bit dangerous to try to trade. A good scenario here is it would be to wait to move up again and see whether it's going to be able to overcome this region again, the 3900. And from the volumetric part, we remain seeing the volatility here. It shakes 10 points down, 10 points up. It's hard to, especially for scalpers, entering this in the middle, right in the middle, or in the middle of this mass is really dangerous. You can get stopped, easily stop it, and uh, full trade, full trade. So it's better, as I mentioned, to try to see if it will respect here and come back again, or if it will start trading here, buyers start absorbing, sellers aggression and buyers absorbing, and then breaking out, and then you could try to find a buying opportunity above this. There was not actually that conviction. We see here just two contracts here. It was an exhaustion. It's really struggle here. There's really intention to go there, but we're seeing huge defense as well. So it's a good fight there. But it seems now it's have been broken. In this sense, where do I see a potential long trade? If price try to go back, if sellers push back again and is not able to bring or to trade consistently below the 3900, then after this region here could lead to a good buy. Good buy. We're seeing 3902. We're seeing here. Look the absorption. Look the buyer's absorption here. How they're absorbing. it means that sellers is trying to sell. Sellers are really selling, but you have buying appetite. It does not mean that buyers will win. We cannot affirm this. It's no one knows. But it's a sign, definitely a sign of strength, because if there is a rejection or the good movement, it just have the exhaustion there, no buyers here, and prices quick drops, such as the rejection I mentioned previously in the 38.70 here. It was a clear rejection. Price just reached there and immediately move up. Let's hear. Monsieur, sellers tried to get, but it was only 200 contracts in 3,900, and we're up again. When we see that it just broken the 3,900 and 4 points above. It's it got stuck again. We're seeing lots of contracts. This usually shows this is actually a huge interest in the region. So many times when it takes place, unless you have a really strong appetite here for the buyers in the case, it's hard to pass through. It's hard to move quick above this. When you have this lots of interest, it's not uncommon to make a small correction and then eventually move up again. But when it's really strong, even with this kind of trade getting stuck, it goes in like drops. How could I say? It goes sometimes slowly, but we see that it's really strong. Here, look at this absorption here. Sellers try to make a defense so that market and buyers bought that. So what we see here is that we have here actually, even though we're 6%, we have a positive, we're positive 6%, the net change 6%, but it's finding still strength to move up. We're almost there on the 39.30. Let's see how it's going to behave there. If actually if it's reaching there. Let's see. Here we may see here we are still far from the, this is other indicator I like to use. We are far from the moving average. Since we're above it, according to our basic concepts, we're in an uptrend. Okay. When you're above it, I usually try to give preference to long trades, or even when entering short trades, I try to, it's a counter trend trades, and knowing that it should be quick trades, it's hard to to make a right shot in the right in the top and take the get the reversal, especially in this very first time. So in this kind of market, it's better to wait to reach the base of this high trading zone and try along, then try to sell here, even if you see an exhaustion or an absorption there. Because all we're seeing is that all we can say and infer is that it's really strong. Let's see, I'll get a bit quiet because I've been almost 30 minutes speaking. I'll try not to get you bored, but try to speak when we see relevant moves. Oh, here we're in the highs, and you see sellers aggression here, but buyers absorbing. Look at this amount. This means that even with 6.5% of positive net change, sellers are trying to put down, but buyers are really strong here. When we see this, is clear buying strength signal, but we cannot say that necessarily buyers will win. It depends because it's a constant balance of strength. Uh, Bulls and bears are always trying to struggling, and we need to wait and react. Need the next developments and see what's going to happen. Here, as I mentioned before, the base of the high trading zone. So around this region, maybe could have an exhaustion and maybe a try to go up again. Considering bulls activity, they could try to move up again. Let's see. And maybe from that point or this 3909, let's see. It's going to push back. Yeah, it's coming back. Let's see where it's going to be able to reach. Let's see if it's going to test again the top or if it will stop in the 3916 or 1516 region or even the 3920. Considering this strength, it would be hard to come back come straight down without even trying to move up again. We're seeing on here on the 12.75 sellers aggression again, but buyers absorb it. Possibly overcoming this around the 14, it could overcome the 14, it could move up to 18 again if it succeeds. But we're seeing that it's facing difficult to trade above the 12 and sellers keep aggressions here. we've seen here that it's been hard to overcome the 39.12 here. It's the highest volume in the region. Let's see the 39.14 for me seems to be important to be overcome if it's to keep going up. Where where we are seeing this move here. It's this third try to do the 39.08. We see that it's been facing it's been finding buyers here, so it would preferably in this situation it was less riskier a long trade here in the previous try than trying to short here because here already very high and sellers were not able to push price down 39.10. So it's still a sign of strength. Let's see the behavior here above the 39.14. If it reaches at least the 16 here, not reaching, we can start to think about a potential, but a potential top in this region, or at least temporary top. But it overcame the 14, so it could have room to try to go at least to 18. Yeah, it's it's hard to overcome there. We see that sellers tried. There was lots of buyer here. Reach the 16. Did not pass through it. Let's see. It's facing difficult to pass the 16. One other issue I forgot to mention. This YouTube there is a delay, at least 15 seconds. So even if you would try to, you were receiving this data with delay, so you could not actually follow exactly what we're saying. Okay, so consider you have also this delay. I mentioned that 39.16 before, and we see this exhaustion here. So it's actually showing weakness. It could be an exhaustion that in this region does not mean that buyers lost conviction, but that maybe at least a temporary exhaustion. Let's see again. it's trying. We have here also the 3912. Here in the 12, we are is today's point of control. Shows actually the confirm the relevance of the region. And we had the highest 3916 there. It seems that this could be actually this is actually an important region. And so going up and not succeeding and going up and failing to overcome that again would confirm the weakness trend. And for example, now it's really risky to try to buy here because we did not make a higher top, make a lower top, and so we're again back to the high traded zone, highly traded zone. So it can respect, sure, but in this time it becomes dangerous to try to buy here. Even it obviously can work, but for a scalping try, for a scalping trade, it would not be good. I really like to observe this point of control regions because it's basically the highest volume of the day, so it's hard to pass through both up and down. It's you have a struggle around them, around this, and many times I try to work on the limits and make quick trades of 2 or 3 points depending on the condition. We're seeing that it reached the end. Now it's facing difficulty to pass even the 3910 here. It's not been easy to move down, to move up, I mean, sorry. See, it actually it lost 3910, but it's not been easy to quickly move down. So it's sellers are really strong, are still strong, but here we're seeing these aggressions. Ah, now it's been lost. In this case, I like to see here the view up and also the moving average here. In case of corrections, these two usually are interesting points. I see that this 2 minute, but I have also a 5 minute one. I usually the sign when you have a 5 minute on average, it tends to be a bit stronger than this one in 2 minutes. But for my time frame, 2 minutes it's good. 2 minutes is good. See that was an exhaustion on three and quickly moved up. So as we've been training, things is even though we have a huge selling pressure, a huge buying pressure, we are 6% positive, but we still see volatility and it moves 5, 6, 10 points quickly. Let's see if it's going to overcome the 3912 here. That's current the point of control. The more strategic possibility here is trying to move up again and failing to overcome the 3916. This could confirm the top and possibly lead to a stronger downwards move. But we see now that it does not even reach the 3912. Well, guys, we're reaching 50 minutes of transmission. I think that for this very first it was time enough to put all these concepts. We'll certainly have new opportunities to be here and chat and to discuss and to show this method. Hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel to be noticed to have the notification about next transmissions and leave your like to help our channel. Okay, so See you next time and keep watching our videos. Thank you so much.